Hey, it's day 221 of Hey, what are you doing today? And it's been a really interesting morning because I've been overcome with this peculiar sense of anxiety, um, almost a heaviness and a depression. And it's a feeling that I've had before, and something that used to be a little bit more regular in my daily life. 221 days into this experiment, it's been a minute since I've had this feeling, and so to have it back is just kind of a peculiarity now. It's kind of like, imagine myself, what am I depressed about? There's nothing really to be depressed about. Everything's going pretty well, and I've been feeling pretty good about things. Um, what am I having anxiety about? Well, I'm not really worried about anything. It's just something that's, it's almost like it feels like a chemical imbalance, and it's gradually kind of getting worse as the morning goes on longer. And I'm thinking, what's different? What's changed? And the funny thing was, we went out to eat last night. Went to this place, and it sounded like it was going to be kind of a healthy meal. It was a French chicken. My impression was kind of like a rotisserie chicken, and vegetables and things like that. Well, it turned into a cornbread stuffing and candied yams and French fried potatoes and this chicken that had kind of a heavy, almost like it was basted with some kind of heavy sauce. I don't know. It wasn't cooked like, it didn't taste like a rotisserie chicken. It had a lot of oils in it, and everything was just a heavy, greasy mess. And the funny part was, it's something that I might have considered healthy with the way I used to eat. At least the chicken aspect of it. But as soon as we ate it, I was noticed that I couldn't eat very much of it. However, it being in front of me, I kept having a little piece of that, a little piece of this, and as soon as we left, I mean, it just sank right down into my stomach, and I could just feel it almost like a stone in my stomach. My stomach immediately expanded. I could feel, I was aware of the fat that I have, and just this greasy feeling. And I went home, went to bed, woke up, came into work, and now I'm just feel awful. And the only thing I can tie it to is that was a change in experience, that food. And I need to tie this feeling into any of those foods that could bring this feeling. I need to make a mental connection to that, so that when I see foods like this, and it's been a long time since I've eaten anything, I let myself kind of have a little bit of freedom. And I think that there's some sense in that, in terms of having some freedom, not being on a strict diet, but changing the way I eat. I'm not on a diet. I've changed my habits. I eat several times throughout the day, very small little meals, piece of fruit, or half a sandwich, which would be like two, one piece of bread and some very thinly sliced turkey or chicken. I've been eating really healthily. I have a couple tomatoes or a couple mushrooms or broccoli, whatever the case might be, but just small little increments. Peanuts in the shell has been my treat, and it's so enjoyable just to sit down and relax and have a can of sparkling water, flavored sparkling water, and open these peanuts and enjoy them one by one. There's something peanuts outside of the shell. There's just a difference of taking that time and cracking them open and enjoying each one individually, as silly as that sounds. But that's my treat. But to have this meal yesterday or last night, and then just carry on into this day, and I believe that's really what it is that's brought on this anxiety and this angst and this heaviness and this depression and this wanting just to turn the world off and crawl into a shell. And it's just amazing to think that how much the diet can really have an effect on everything, and how a clean diet really does change the world, how it comes to me. But I just want to comment on that. I wanted to make a mental note of that and bring that to my attention. That if I see food like that, I have to tie this feeling to it, and discourage myself from wanting it. And I don't want it anymore. I don't even know why why it sounded interesting last night. But I can't wait till it's digested and out of my system. Day 221. Hey, what are you doing today?